गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतानः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्रयवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् तच्छंयोरावृणीमहे गातुं यज्ञाय गातुं यज्ञपतये दैवी स्वस्तिरस्तु नः स्वस्तिर्मानुषेभ्यः ऊर्ध्वञ्जिगातु भेषजम् शन्नो अस्तु द्विपदे शं चतुष्पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्री साईश्वराय नमः हरिः ओम् अगुंसुश्च मे रश्मिश्च मे दागाभ्यश्च मे धिपतिश्च मवुपागुंसुश्च मे अन्तर्यामश्च म ऐन्द्रवायवश्च मे मैत्रा वरुणश्च म आश्विनश्च मे प्रतिप्रस्थानश्च मे शुक्रश्च मे मन्थी च म आग्रयणश्च मे वैश्वदेवश्च मे ध्रुवश्च मे वैश्वानरश्च मरुतुग्रहाश्च मेति ग्राह्यागाश्च म ऐन्द्राग्निश्च मे वैश्वदेवश्च मे मरुत्वतीयागाश्च मे माहेन्द्रश्च म आदित्यश्च मे सावित्रश्च मे सारस्वतश्च मे पौष्णश्च मे पात्नीवतश्च मे हावियोजनश्च मे युध्मश्च मे बर्हिश्च मे वेदिश्च मे धिष्णियाश्च मे श्रुचश्च मे चमसाश्च मे ग्रावाणश्च मे स्वरवश्च मवुपरवाश्च मे धिषवणे च मे द्रोणकलशश्च मे वायव्यानि च मे पूतभृच्च म आधवनीयश्च म आग्नेयभ्रञ्च मे हविर्धानञ्च मे गृहाश्च मे सदश्च मे पुरोडाशागाश्च मे पचताश्च मे वृद्धश्च मे स्वगाकारश्च मे अग्निश्च मे घर्मश्च मेऽर्कश्च मे सूर्यश्च मे प्राणश्च मे अश्वमेधश्च मे पृथिवी च मे दितिश्च मे दितिश्च मे द्यौश्च मे शक्वरीरङ्गुलज्योतिषश्च मे यज्ञेन कल्पन्तामृक् मे साम च मे स्तोमश्च मे यजुश्च मे दीक्षा च मे तपश्च मरुतुश्च मे व्रतञ्च मे अहो रात्रयोगोर्वृष्ट्या बृहद्रधन्तरे चले यज्ञेन कल्पेताम् गर्भागाश्च मे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Let us all be together. Let us all be nourished together. Let us all work together with great vigor. May our studies shine and illumine our intellects. May we not hate each other. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. We are studying what is required to be and what is yagna. This yagna, we are looking at it as the universal peace. What is this universal peace? And what is this universe to begin with? The universe is not something that is outside of us. Each and every one of us is a replica of this universe. Society is not something that is outside of us. We are the society. Each and every one of us are is the society. Because each and every thought contributes to this society. Each and every thought contributes to the universe. Then, in the context of understanding that or being that, what is universal peace? Our own individual aspect of who we are is peace. And when we are studying in this Chamakam, is how in the context of our own being as it relates to the body and the faculties, the mind, ego, intellect, and the storage of every impression that is associated with us, and one which is beyond that, and how that is enabling this Mother Earth to produce and provide the sustenance in the context of the vitality associated with it, and how all the different aspects of the materials that are utilized in order for us to sustain that vitality, and how that vitality is stimulating all the different parts associated with conducting this thought process, and how emptying the thought process and getting it filled with this beautiful bliss, and then utilizing this body as a platform for the context of that sacrifice, and then now coming into this aspect of how the body is utilized for yajna, how the sound or the walk is utilized for yajna, and then how the being exists in yajna. That last minute is the essence of the entire Chamakam so far until this ninth Anuvakam. Last week, when we were discussing this, we were talking about this context of what is it that you are trying to assemble in the context of integrity to be in this sacrifice or the yajna, yajnena kalpetam. There is another place where this word yajnena kalpetam came. Where was that? Please speak up. No, that is after. I said before.
Fifth Anuvakam. Fifth Anuvakam. Chamakam.
Yes. Please. Which Anuvakam?
Side on fifth. Fifth, yeah.
Ashmachame murtikachame.
Yes. Ashmachame murtikachame. There you got yajnena kalpetam before vittanchame vittishchame. Second time yajnena kalpetam is coming in this ninth Anuvakam. Now, I keep saying this for those of you who are missing to participate in these daily prayers as part of this yajna, and also participating in this Saturdays for Ekadash Rudram. The whole point of this 42 weeks of yajna is this last few weeks, Swami is giving you the opportunity to actually connect to every single aspect of this Sri Rudram in your complete being. If you are missing this opportunity and you are just taking this as another ritual aspect of just chanting 11 times for the sake of universal peace, you completely miss this Rudra Jnana Yajna. I am absolutely sure about that. Sai Ram, please. My heart is begging you, do not leave this opportunity to be part of this complete yajna. Complete yajna. This is what Swami has inspired last year to do. This time is so important. You have no idea. We have no idea what's happening in the universal consciousness right now. This time is so critical. And 1 year of yajna has happened. because of his immense grace and intensity. Do not leave this. Do not think that I don't have 3 hours, 15 minutes of time on a Saturday to join this Parayanam, which is Japam, which is Smaranam. Maranam. Sat Maranam. I am really, please don't look at what this body is saying as interest. I know this for a fact. Know this for a fact. Infliction time is happening. And you don't try to understand it, analyze it. Don't try to think about, oh, what is this? Don't get scared. Don't try to get into all this grahas, gruhas, anugraha, navagraha, all that stuff. Do not worry about any of that stuff. But know that this is 42 weeks of this incredible yajna is happening for us to be present to every single aspect of this being, including how the sound is coming from your own body and how that illumines every aspect of your system, and be blessed by that. Chame, chame, chame doesn't mean give me this, give me that. May I be blessed by that. And what do I really mean by blessed by that? In this particular Anuvakam, we're talking about Agnischa, Agni, Dharma, Arka, Surya, Prana, Ashwamedha, Prithvi, Aditi, Diti, Dyau, Shakvari, Angulayoh, Yajnena Kalpeta. Yajnena Kalpanta. All that Shakvari, Angulayoh, Yajnena Kalpetam. Shakvari, Angulayo, Dishaha, Yajnena Kalpetam. That is where we paused last time. And then after this satsang was over, there is this some aspect of whatever this sound, or I don't know how to explain it. Nabhi Hrutkantarasana, Nabhi Hrutkantarasana, Nabhi Hrutkantarasana, Nasa Dula Yaldo Shobildu Saptaswara. Nabhi Hrutkantarasana, Nasa Dulaya Dosha Bhilu Saptaswara Sundarula Bhajin Pare Manasasho Bhilu Saptaswara. Dhar Ruksamadulalo Varagayatri Hridayamuna. Dhar Ruksamadulalo Varagayatri Hridayamuna. Surabhusura Manasamuna Surabhusura Manasamuna Shubhatyaga Rajuni Jadasho Vildu Saptaswara Sundarula Bhajimpave Manasasho Vildu Saptaswara Surabhusuramana Shubhatyagarasunijada Shobhildu Saptaswara. I have no idea why this has happened. I don't know what I am singing also, because I am not a trained musician or anything like that. Then I realized that this incredible Swami has summarized all of this entire yagna of the sound so beautifully in this composition. And it happened to be last Sunday was his Aradhana, this Pushya Panchami. And then I realized that his presence was so profound that he was telling me what this yajna is about. Nabhi, Hrut, Kantha, Rasana, Nasadulayandu, Shobhillu, Saptaswara. These 7 notes that were not even present to most of the time, happening all around us, within us. And in the Mother Nature, all this Sarigama Pada Ni are all the sounds of nature. They are not coming from anywhere else. They are actually even given the names associated with the sounds in the nature and the sounds that are within our own body, that are coming through. The sound that is coming through is basically coming from Nabhi, from the navel, Hrut to the Hridayam, Kanta through the vocal cords, and then the tongue, and then the nose. Nabhi, Hrit, Kanta, Rasana, Nasadulayandu, Shobhillu. This vibrations, this energy is present within us, and the yajna is continuously trying to be present to this sound, and therefore Vedam is nothing but Shabda Brahman. And this last week we were talking about this Shabdam that is coming, this beautiful Swaram that is generated. This Swaram is subject to some meter. There is that talam too, no? Without that, then the energization, the channelization of that into a meter. And when you are actually chanting this Rudram, there is a meter associated with, or any mantras that you are doing, there is a meter that is associated with. The sound that comes has to be channelized and being paid attention to all the different things related to the Visarga, Bindu, Matra, of course, don't get scared of all of this, but what I'm trying to say, when you actually do this Vedam chanting with all those aspects present, then you are truly doing a Shabda Yajna. Shakvarihi Angulayo Dishascha Yajnena Kalpantam. This Shakvari is a meter, and I can go into the technical detail of what this meter is, what is this Shakvari meter is, and all those things. You can also study it yourself as a homework. But there is a meter. This meter is maintained through Angulayoh, through fingers. That's the meter in which what I sang before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just to try it, no? Chanting Rudram with beautiful meter and paying attention to the sound that is generated. When you actually do that, your mind will truly, absolutely will dissolve. This is yagna. Kayavan manaha karyamuttamam pujanam japaschintanam. This action associated with the body and the walk, what we are calling as pujanam, japa, chintanam. Pujanam is worship, japa is constant repetition, japa, chintanam, which is smaranam. When you are actually present to this yajna in the context of those three kalpantam, yajnena kalpantam, kalpaha means a complete total integration, kalpantam into what? Yajnena kalpantam. Kayavang manaha karyamuttamam pujanam japaschintanam kramat. Please, are you with me so far?
Yes.
It's very hard. I can tell you it's very hard to, very hard to explain that. And now how what we are very simply taking as this, again, I'm not saying it so that you feel intimidated and then you stop doing it. No, whatever you are doing in your own context is fine. Don't drop it. But please pay attention to what is even so enchanting and enthralling and enticing with this Jnana Yajna that we are doing. That is what I'm trying to all of us to look at and to pay attention to. This uh, meter, what we are talking as chandas, where why certain things are harasva, means 1/6 of the time you do this, that is harasva. Then there is dirgha, which is 3 times longer than that. Then there is puluta, which is 6 times longer than that. Then there is visarga. Then there is the swara, there is varna, there is krama. All these things don't get stifled by them, but when you truly are chanting with that attitude, aptitude, and awareness, then you will truly get the benefit of this chanting of the Veda mantras, which is the vibration, the sound that is produced in a systematic, rhythmic manner that is completely integrated with the supreme consciousness present within you, around you, above you, below you, all of that stuff. And that is what we were talking about. Where is the sound coming from? What is coming from Nabhi? Hrut, Kantha, with the help of the tongue. They're called Vyanjanas. Then there is the nose, where Nga, Nga, Nya, Jna, Jnana, Jna, how the sound is coming. Gang Ganapataye. Where is Gang Ganapataye Namaha? Gang Ganapataye. Nga, Nga. That is Rasana. That is not Rasana. Nasika. Nasadulayandu. Nabhi. Nabhi, Hrut, Kantha, Rasana. Then there is this. Now do it in a meter, just like the wave, the ocean wave. When you are listening to that ocean wave, how that wave is coming, and there is a rhythm associated with 41 meters with which this wave of the ocean is coming and hitting that shore. And all of this is present on this right now, in this body and in this nature. Yajna kalpantam. Shakvari is a meter that is associated with syllables, and these meters are associated with what are called ganas, and each of these ganas are a binary code of mathematical equations of the sound that are created by Pingala, who was one of the greatest rishis. And when he created these ganas binary codes are written 010, 110, 001, 000. What are these ganas? There is the dirghas, the plutas, and the sounds associated, the timing of the sound, and that is divided into Yamata Rajabhana Salagam. And this is what is called, in which the poetry is composed, like there is a Vruttam called Shardula Vruttam or Mattebham. All these things that we have, this body has studied when it was young. All of these are basically trying to discipline the mind to utter the sound in such a way that the sound that is produced is actually going to not only stifle the mind from its thoughts, but also to dissolve the mind. And that is Ruk, Sama, so on. And that's what you are coming to the next. Yajna kalpantam, rukcha me, samacha me, stomascha me, ejuscha me, dikshacha me, tapaschama, rutuscha me, vratancha me, ahoratrayor vristya, bruhadradhantarecha me, yajnena kalpeta. Ruk, sama, stoma, yajuhu. Let's take those four. What is Ruk?
Rigveda.
Huh? Saira? Somebody said something, Saira?
Sairam is 4 Vedas, Rigvedam, or Yajurvedam, Samavedam. Is it?
Okay. What is the Ruk?
2 or more lines.
2 lines.
2 or 3 lines, yeah? 2 or more lines. Who said that?
Surekha.
Surekha. Okay. Dhara Ruk Samadulalo. This Kriti has taken over this body. And Tyagaraja is saying Dhara on this earth. Ruk Samadulalo. In the Ruk and in Sama. What he implied there is, of course, Rigveda and Samaveda. But there is also the Ruk is what we are talking about in the context of this Anuvakam. We are looking at this in the context of the Ruk as in 2 lines, 3 lines that are the Ruks that are present in all these Vedas. Sama is the Samavedam, the music. Dhararuksamadulallo Varagayatri Hridayamuna. And my sister Anuradha, she chanted yesterday this Agnischame Gharmaschame round. Ilama?
Saramana. Yes, Anna.
And it was Swami's blessing to you that you chanted this that cycle because it is all related to this Tyagaraja Kriti, and Swami made you chant that.
Yes, and I was just thinking about it, Anna, when you said all this. Such a blessing.
And you chanted with full of love for Swami. I could feel your love for Swami.
Saira.
This Dhara Ruk Samadulalo Varagayatri Hridayamuna Sura Bhusura Manasamuna Shubha Tyagarajuniyada Shobhillu Saptaswara Sundarula Bhajimpave Manasa. So, Kalpantam, Rukchame, Yajnena Kalpantam, integrating all of this in the context of Dhamma. All these Vedas are Shabda Brahman. They are associated with this sound, not only chanting the context of this Rudram as a ritual with the body associated with that? Are you paying? Now, what happens is when you are truly doing that, people ask the question, oh, how do I won't be able to reflect on the meaning and chant. I won't be able to contemplate on that. If I start paying attention to the sound, then I will be stopping chanting, all of that stuff. Yes, that is all 100% true. When you do it with the mind which is focused on your individual conscious mind, that is focused on how you are chanting, etc., etc., etc. But when you are truly being chanted by the mantra, it is like complete drenching of flow. You are drowning in the sound of the Veda. There is no question about that. Rukchame, Samachame, Stomaschame. Stoma. Stoma is also musical aspect of it. Now, what is the musical aspect of this? In Samavedam, there is actually music. The mantras are chanted as music with different notes, not just the sa, ri, ni, pa. Only there are the primary notes that are used in Yajurveda when we are chanting. If you pay attention to the notes, primarily one set. But then, this is too much of technical detail. I don't know if it is relevant or not. But the point is, when you really pay attention to what is being sung in Samaveda, it is very much like singing the Quran. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Stomaschame. Yajuhu, Yajuschami. What are Yajus?
Single liner.
Namo Hiranyabhakame Senanye Dishanchapataye Namaha. My humble request to all of you is really take the opportunity to do this Rudram chanting on your own time, paying attention to the swaras and the pronunciation. And this is the reason why a lifetime or more is dedicated just for learning a few mantras. But we are talking a few Veda Adhyayanam. This is not Veda Pathanam. Veda Pathanam is different from Veda Adhyayanam. Veda Pathanam, of course, is make sure there is the discipline of chanting and then by-hearting and chanting it. Veda Adhyayanam is paying attention to Rukchame, Samachame, Stomaschame, Yajukchame, Dikshachame, Tapaschame, Tapaschama Rituschame. Now, Diksha, Tapaha, this is penance. This is penance. What we're talking as integration of the kaya, vang, manaha. All this kaya, the body, the walk, the sound, the manaha, the thought, everything coming together. This is tapas, tapaschama. And this tapas is happening in time, rutuschane. It is happening with adherence of delivering something in the context of a vrata. Like what we are doing, the sadhana for aradhana is a vrata. What we did for 95 days of prayers for universal peace is a vrata. It is a discipline. It is 100%. This is what we are maybe don't, please don't take this as I am being hard on any one of us, but I'm just simply explaining what is the beauty of this vrata. It is a discipline. And then when you do this, what happens? Ahoratrayor vrishtya. Ahoratri. Day and night. Vrishtya. Continuous downpour happens. Ahoratrayor vrishtya. There is downpour of bliss. Bruhat Ratha Antaha. Bruhat means magnanimous. Ratha, the body, the senses. Antaha, and inside. Everything is completely drenched in this Ahoratrayor Vrishtya, Bruhat Ratha Antaha. Then what did you do? Yajna kalpetam. Yajna kalpantam. I don't know about all of you. What did we deserve to be connecting to this? Now are you asking anything, Sairam, with this? Are you asking anybody anything for anything? This is happening. This blessing is happening. This blessing of Agni, Akka, all this inner illumination, connecting your system in prana and stifling of this running horse, the mind constantly running. And when all of that in the context of invoking this boiling of this garma, of this milk, your inner conscience, it is boiling and illumined. And through your own breath and the stifling of the mind that is happening in Prithvi, the body, and in the consciousness, the Aditi, and the mind, the Diti, and above and beyond the intellect, the Jau. And then you are connecting to this Kaya, Vang, Manaha, with Puja, Japa, Smarana. And then this rhythm. I don't know what's happening today. Please forgive me. I don't know what's happening. Sama, Stoma. And happening this Ahoratrayor Vrishtya Bruhat Ratha Antaha Yajnena Kalpantam. Now there are two Yajnena Kalpantam in this Anuvakam. The first Yajnena Kalpantam is the context of bringing together all the inner instruments and the gross, the subtle, and the causal, bringing all of them together and in a sense of complete rhythm and bringing those together is Yajnana Kalpantam. And then the experience associated with the sound, as in Ruk, as Sama, as Stoma, because of the intensity of this observation in puja, japa, smarana, then that leads to complete drenching experience of the body and the inside, and all of that happens Yajnana Kalpanta. Please forgive me. I'm definitely not crying, but I don't know why. Just tears are just coming out of this body. But Bruhad Radhantare Ahoratrayor Vrishtya Bruhad Radhantare Chame Yajnena Kalpeta. Yes. Are there any questions or comments? Sairam. May I request all of you to open your videos, if you don't mind? Yes. I want to have all of your darshan. Beautiful. Thank you for obliging. Mm. Some of you have not seen Nell. Nell, I have not seen Nell. Esperanza.
I'm listening to you. You're singing very well. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. That's very nice. It was very nice to hear it.
I hope it made any sense to you.
It's, I must say that my heart was feeling. Thank you.
Yes, that is what it meant. Varagayatri Hridayamuna. You experience that in your heart. Dhararuk Samadulalo Varagayatri Hridayamuna Surabhusura Samuna Shubha Tyagarazuniyada Shobhillu Saptaswara. So we are all very blessed to be part of this yajna. We have no idea that listening to all of this, not on a YouTube, but to be present together. That's why I wanted all of you to open your videos and let us be present to this beautiful cosmic presence of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. And I know there are so many brothers and sisters from Australia, from Japan, that are also part of this yajna. And I listen to them in the evenings. And yesterday when I was listening to a brother, it was such a beautiful experience to listen to all these sounds. It doesn't matter if they are perfectly chanting, but they're chanting with a lot of love, so much of love. Thank you for joining. Are there any questions or comments? Yes. Okay. We are entering from this Thursday into the Magha Masa, which is the most auspicious month in the context of this inner illumination. When the Shivratri comes, the Magha Purnima, there is Radha Saptami, the 7th day after the entering into that month. And this Magha Masa is the month in which the mind and the intellect, or the mind is in its lowest energy, the intellect is in its highest energy, because it's the most closest. The sun is most closest to the earth in this month, and on that Mahashivratri is coming, and this next month is a very beautiful month of penance, if you will, because, and today is my dearest Jayashree Auntie's 1-year ceremony this weekend, and seeking her blessings and Mama's blessings. Mama's Aradhana is on Magha Purnima, which is the full moon day of Magha Masam. So, and this, thank you all for joining in. Sorry, today I was not able to really speak because of this experience of this Tyagaraja, who really totally took over this entire week. And it was his Aradhana this last weekend as well. So with that, if there are no questions or comments, we'll close with Samastalokas. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishah Go Brahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Samastalokaah Sukhino Bhavantu 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 Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalini Deso Yancho Bharahitam Sajjana Santu Nirbhayah अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सधनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम्। ॐ पृथिवी शान्ता अग्निना शान्ता सामे शान्ता शुचगुं शमयतु। अन्तरिक्षगुं शान्तं तद्वाजुना शान्तं तन्मे शान्तगुं शुचगुं शमयतु। जौ शान्ता सादित्येन शान्ता सामे शान्ता शुचगुं शमयतु। पृथिवी शान्तिरन्तरिक्षगुं शान्तिर्जौ शान्तिर्दिश शान्तिरवान्तरदिशा शान्तिरग्निः शान्तिर्वायुः शान्तिरादित्यः शान्तिश्चन्द्रमा शान्तिनक्षत्राणि शान्तिरापः शान्तिरोषधयः शान्तिर्वनस्पतयः शान्तिर्गौः शान्तिरजा शान्तिरश्वः शान्तिपुरुषः शान्तिब्रह्मः शान्ति ब्राह्मणः शान्तिः शान्तिरेव शान्ति शान्तिर्मे अस्तु शान्तिः। तयाहगुं शान्त्या सर्वशान्त्या मह्यं द्विपदे चतुष्पदे च शान्तिं करोमि शान्तिर्मे अस्तु शान्तिः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। जय साई राम। Thank you.
Jai Sai Ram. Thank you.
Jai Sai Ram. Thank you.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Thank you.
Sai Ram. Sai Ram. Thank you so much.
Sai Ram. Thank you.